Hello everyone and welcome to the first round of the Grand Prix for 2008 season. This is going to be Australia, of course, and well, these are the standings. Of course, there's no points because, well, there's no race been driven yet, and it's just going to be a rundown of who's going to compete in this season. For those that haven't followed or never seen the 2008 season, it's for Ferrari, it's Raikkonen and Massa. Then for Sauber, it's Heidfeld, Kubica, Renault, Alonso, PK, Williams, Rosberg, and Kojima. Red Bull, Coulthard, Weber, Toyota, Jarno Trulli, and Timo Glock. Then for Toro Rosso, we have Bourdais, Vettel. Honda has Button and Barrichello. Super Aguri, Sato, and Davidson. Force India has Sutton and Fisichella, and McLaren has Hamilton and Kovalainen. We'll be driving with Lewis Hamilton. You may have noticed also the background. Anyway. Let's just go into the game in a bit. Just make sure I don't have. Okay, I don't have my screen on. Good. Why? That's good because I haven't started the game yet, so I'm doing that right now. So give me a minute. No, I made the standings myself. Would have been cool if it was the games though, but no. It's my own design. All right, any second now. And there we go. As if all things are all right, you should be able to see something. I don't have. Is my sound on? Okay, my sound is on. So yeah, we have all the sessions maxed out in terms of time. 50% race, car realism, everything is on. The only thing that's on in my driving aids is the traction control, which is ironic because in this season they banned it. What the fuck is in the background? It's Lewis Hamilton's car. Also the driver I'll be driving with, of course. I don't know why I'm looking at options all the time. We're gonna do non-championship race because if I do championship, I'm just scared of corruption and all that stuff. I'll just keep the standings. I'll make them myself and all of that. So, I constantly go to options. Sorry. Friday free practice. It's dry. I don't know if I have it on dynamic in the first place. Can I exit? No, I can't. Okay. Well, I think it's on dynamic. Let me check myself. I already forgot. No, it's realistic weather. Okay, good. So I don't have to change anything. We just go into the game, I load a setup, and then we have this loading screen again because that's... Unfortunately, Grand Prix 4 is kind of lagging behind F1 Challenge in that regard, but still, in terms of racing, Grand Prix 4, ahead by a long shot. But in terms of accessibility and menu navigation, F1 Challenge wins by quite a bit. So car setup. I already have made a default setup that I tweak per. Oh fuck, that's not the right one. That I tweak per track. I have one for Australia, but I'm not going to choose that one because I feel like that one's got a bit of issues. Car ratio is all fine, sort of. And then wing adjustments, I think I had 13 and 11. And save that. Do the same thing. Thank you. Yes, overwrite please. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to do a one stop, but we'll change that after qualifying and all that stuff. So let's just go on track. And we have the loading screen again. Thank you very much. Jeff Kremen. Ben taking a page out of Renault. Wait. Renault? The Renault, wait, was that in 2008? I don't remember. I never heard anything about Renault running traction control. I know about Benetton in '94, but not Renault. I mean, no, Benetton had Ford engine. So you go. I would like to know where the source is coming from. Without further ado, field is 12 laps. That's actually fine because 50% of the race distance is 15 laps. Let's just go. 2 hours of practice. We're not going to do that, of course. Yeah, Benetton was not Renault. Unless I don't know something. It was more launch control than traction control, but... Any minute now. Clear, but there's still a car coming. Alright. Finally out of the box. And if you haven't noticed yet, I am driving on the controller and not a wheel. By the way, this is my second attempt. The first attempt didn't go too well because I pressed enter during the race, and then it puts you in pit lane mode, which means every time you pass the pit entry, your car slows down automatically because there's, I don't know why. I think it's not a goof of the game. It's intended, but it's kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I just got passed by Forcini on my out lap. Later than 2008. What year was it then? I mean, you would have told me if you knew, but yeah. Hello, everyone that has joined so far. But yeah, the first attempt I did this, every time I went past the pit lane, it slowed me down, and it cost me a lot of time, and I didn't want to restart anymore. I also need to remind myself to make a wet setup, because the game chooses the wet setup for you, and any default setup with a mod doesn't allow you to activate 7th gear. And that's quite shit for a car that has 7 gears. Anyway, first official lap of practice. Car feels very understeery, but that's to be expected with a full tank of fuel. I say full, it's halfway, quarter filled. You can do a whole race on one fuel load, but tires will be a bitch, as I'm getting hunted by a Honda in my mirrors. I can't look behind me. I don't know what button on the keyboard to press, but I don't want to press my keyboard when I'm driving on the controller. I'm driving absolutely horrendously. That's why it's a good thing I'm still in practice. We'll do. I wanted to make a rule that if I do 3 quick laps without any mistakes, I'm allowed to go through to qualifying. But if I do this the whole time, then I'm definitely not ready for qualifying yet. Just need to get used to everything. Not that I haven't played this game in a long time, but whoa! So that's a jump that Timo Glock had in, and also Sutil in at this track in this season. Yellow flags. Interesting. Don't know if there's been a crash. I don't think so. It would be very weird to have a crash in practice unless someone's dropped it. Also, I'm gonna do is pause and then. Wait, I can't. Okay, I thought it was possible to. Okay, then I have to go into replay. Who is? Fuck PK. Transmission problems. Okay, that's amazing. And now I fucked my lap. Just had to know what happened to whoever that was, and in this case it was PK. Oh, don't go on the grass. Yeah, it was fantastic. Probably one of my favorite cars, if not my all-time favorite. That was a very slow corner. Also, if you haven't noticed, my face cam is featuring a jacket from that season. It's one of my proudest possessions, I have to say. It's got all the sponsors, apart from Boss. Hugo Boss is not on it, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, that was way better. I had to go in a very low gear for that one. I'll do one more lap. If I do that, if I can do that without any mistakes, it's qualifying time. And qualifying is a 1-hour session. Oh my lord! Oh! Holy shit. I almost collided with what would probably be my championship rival. But yeah, it's a 1-hour session with 12, maximum of 12 laps, as it was in when this game came out. This game obviously is intended for the 2002 season, It's kind of like any other mod. F1 Challenge has the same quirk. Well, it's not really a quirk, it's more like a limitation. Along with a 25.9, let's actually try and beat that. Without cutting corners, but... I don't want to constantly compare this game to the F1 Challenge. They both are amazing in their own right. And they both bring something to the table for... I mean... In Grand Prix 4 it's basically just, getting used to the menus and getting used to long loading screens, and that's another corner cut. And F1 Challenge is getting used to 4 AI. When I tested Monaco, I realized that the AI take much sharper lines and actually kind of flip through the wall. Then I tried to do that myself and I knocked my tires and front wing off, so the AI sort of have a cheating system where they can phase through walls. I don't know why the car suddenly feels a lot better. Not that much faster than my team, but that's a good thing. My AI level is not the highest. I'm doing the same thing again. Oh, that's a lot of understeer. And we have done a 126.8 P5. I don't know if anyone has done a lap, that's not important. I think we'll just call it a day and go to qualifying. So, thank you Melbourne. Bye bye. And we'll go to qualifying immediately. And it's dry. Good to know. And another loaded screen. We're gonna get these quite a few times, so... So, how's it going for you guys? I know it's Monday, not the most amazing days of the week, but for me it's been fine. I was just waiting for it to get home to do this, because yesterday was a bit of a disaster. Fuel, 6 laps, tires all fine. Don't think I have to change anything, because I already got my... Oh, wait, I am going to make a setup for the wet. That's one thing I'm going to do, just in case it gets wet. So wet qualifying. Just going to add... Oh, fuck. 3 wing to each. And also raise the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But still choose dry qualifying, of course. Okay. Loading screen number 5000. I'm gonna keep saying it. Actually, I should stop saying it. Everyone knows it by now, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit, just so the AI has time to set a lap. And for some reason my visor gets very dirty. 30 minutes and we leave. Clean the visor. Yeah, I think so too, Hugo. It's it's probably the biggest downside of this game, but other than that, yeah, what can you do? Also, if you see me do that, that's allowed. The AI do the same thing. That exit line has been drawn out for, it's been, extended way too far. And also, you don't get a penalty for that. I think the last time, or the only games that ever penalized you for that is Yeah, I think one of the modern Codemasters games. And then you got a warning or you got a drive-through. I think it was a warning, and then if you did it multiple times, it would get you a drive-through. So as long as I rejoin back on the track safely, that's all fine. Okay, suddenly the car feels a lot better in qualifying. Practice car has been demolished, and I got a new one for qualifying. It feels like. That's true, but I'm here to tell you that not all the loading screens are going to be the same, because I found that some tracks are better designed than others. So you will not always have the same loading screen. But yeah, that's for later in the season. First qualifying lap, Kubica with a 25.3 is currently on pole position. First corner is kind of ass. Okay, so far so good. First sector up by almost 3/10. If we get pole immediately, I'm just gonna come into the pits and wait for them to see if they can set a better lap. Those graphics from back in the day are still my all-time favorite. 14's up in the second sector. I think that's cumulative, so not per sector, but as a whole. Bit too much curb, but at least I didn't spin. Through the final corner. Over the curb. One final straight. It is a 124.7. And for some reason I stayed in 6th gear, but that's pole position then. As my engineer has confirmed. And that was by almost 7/10. So quite some margin. We'll enter the pits. And I will do that with absolute immersion, so I won't just, you know, hotkey my car back to the pits. Also a 28.5, like, on the dot, that's pretty cool. I think Lewis Hamilton's pole time was around a 25 as well. Also, one thing to note, I thought I was going to change the AI's professionalism or like AI level from Ace to Pro and back and forth depending on how good they were per track, but I think I'm just going to keep it at Pro, so I might be very good at one track and very bad at another, depends. But that's, yeah, not too much different from any other game. Anyhow, into the pits we go. No one was out on track, I think. Also revolutionary when this was, you know, a thing in the game. You wouldn't have this in F1 Challenge. You would just go into your pit box, and then you would just spawn into your garage. I mean, I can do the same thing. I can actually to speed things up, but I don't know. It's kind of cool to see it for the first time. We'll probably skip through it. You know, once we're done with all the animations, because they're fun for the first few times, but then they get really, you know, repetitive. Okay, suddenly my TV has appeared. Fast forward. Just in case, 7 minutes. No cars are out. Oh fuck! I don't want to go to the pit. Sorry. Oh fuck! Oh, I didn't even. Okay. I think that's confirmed my pole position. Yeah. That wasn't too difficult. I needed one lap. Oh yeah. Oh yes. No, nice. The only thing you need to know. Now we'll look at the full session time. 6:10s. Slowest was Davidson by almost 5 seconds. Kimi Räikkönen 17th. Interesting. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Oh, there we have the actual things. The gaps weren't always this big back in the day, but sure, whatever. Race. So here we go. The Australian Grand Prix of 2008. Lewis Hamilton on pole. Then it's Kubica, Heidfeld, Kovalainen, and Trulli, Massa, Rosberg, Coulthard, Timo Glock, Vettel, Alonso, Barrichello, Button, Nakajima, Webber, Bourdais, Raikkonen, Fisichella, Sutil, Piquet, Sato, and Davidson. So the two Super Aguris at the back. No surprise there. 29 laps. It's completely dry for the race. Very happy with that. And we'll go for one stop. Oh, fuck. 55%, 16 laps, but we'll probably do 15. I need to remember to not press the enter button till, you know, the lap times are counted down. So if I want to pit on lap 15, then there's going to be 14 laps remaining. So I need to pit when it says 15 out of 29. It's really stupid to actually, you know, make a calculation in terms of laps, but that's a thing. Right, we're going. This is gonna be this is it. Once the loading screen is done, that's it. We're on the grid. Nowhere else to go. I should have saved. I should have saved, but it wasn't a very difficult qualifying, so I think we'll be all right. If we have to restart, no biggie. But hopefully we won't have to. I'm kind of sick of restarting. We actually did it pretty fair quickly in inside 30 minutes. Here we go. We're on the wrong side of the track, but we're not going to pay attention to that. Red lights are starting to come on. And we're off. That took a long time. And we have a terrible start. Kubica, both Saubers are almost past me. Down the inside we go. Watch out for Kubica. And we're well clear. But I have to beware because he's probably in my slipstream. I'm trying to look at my mirrors to see what's going on. I think Massa just took third from Heidfeld. A brilliant start from Massa. It's from 6th to 3rd, so he already passed Trulli, Kovalainen, my teammate, and Heidfeld. But we're still in the lead, so we're all okay. We're being compared to Raikkonen of all drivers, so he's all the way at the back of the field. And from there on, we just have to control the pace. That was a terrible line. We're already 2 seconds ahead of Kubica. He's probably betting Massa right now. As long as they're busy, I can just drive ahead. I think Massa does have the pace, so we just need to make sure he doesn't pass Kubica. Nothing that we can do about it, but before that happens, we need to pull enough of a gap. First lap done. Of course, fast lap. They're all still very close behind each other. I don't think there was any incident at the start. I haven't seen a yellow flag or cars going into the pits. Bourdais is lost though, so he had a terrible start. As we are in arguably one of the best cars of the season, it's not a big surprise that we are gonna have more races like this where I'm just in the lead doing nothing. It does not necessarily recreate history type of video or type of series, but it's fun to compare. and I've always wanted to drive in this season with Lewis Hamilton. So it's also the first season that I've ever watched about Formula 1. First ever footage of Formula 1 I saw was the beginning of the 2008 season review. Pretty much grew up with the season. 26.6. Massa has just gone under that by 3/10. And he's now, oh, he's passed Kubica, so he's now on the back of us. Slight worry, as both Saubers have been passed. Raikkonen is still 17th. Oh, he's catching up. Massa's catching up. Okay, so I guess choosing Pro was the right AI level. Because if they can go faster than me over a whole lap, then that's just enough in my opinion. If nothing else happens, I'm just gonna, concentrate. The only thing that's gonna be you're gonna be able to hear is the button clicking on my controller and the engine. 361. Oh, Massa just went under there by a half a second. Okay, we need to be careful. He's gaining quickly. Hey, what's up, Buzz? Welcome back. He might be. I wouldn't be too sure. The gap is stable at the moment. He's not catching, but also I'm not pulling away. Oh. 1.6 seconds again. And a huge gap to the BMWs. The gap didn't even show up before it switched back to the other page. We still have 10 laps to go before our next pit stop. We're now on lap 6. Yeah, 10 laps to go. Oh, yellow flag. Curious to see who that is about. I will go to replay on the straight. Who has caused what? Oh, Alonso! Alonso has spun. There was contact with Nakajima and then he went on the grass and spun. So kind of on his own. Yeah, that's not the way to... Alright, interesting. Massa again with the fastest lap. 25.5. Raikkonen has finally gained a place because of all that. Don't actually know who to blame for that, because Alonso went very deep down the inside to cover his position, and Nakajima still hit him. No, if that was F1 challenge, then Nakajima would have lost his front wing. Maybe Alonso would have lost his rear wing, and that's it. The damage model and collision model is so much different. Like car-to-car contact in Grand Prix 4 is much more scary, because one slight tap could already, you know, lift your car up. For challenge, you don't have to worry about that, unless you are, you know, driving, hit each other with from tire to tire. The Grand Prix 4 is much less forgiving if you do hit an opponent. Oh yeah, definitely. That was really a fun challenge-esque. As it is coming closer, although in little steps. Oh, another yellow flag. And it's gone again. I am going to look at that, because that's a bit suspicious. A very short yellow flag. And Massa's right behind me. Who is being funny? No one? There, that was yellow flag, I saw it. But why? Okay, now there's yellow flag. Oh, Raikkonen! Raikkonen is defending his position from Sutil. Goes off the track, spins. That was a short yellow flag. He's on his way again. But in 21st place. And this looks like Fisichella, yeah. I don't remember Fisichella being in the lead car, but hell if I know. Oh wait, huh? Oh, never mind, I was blind. Never mind. That was not Sutil, that was Fisichella. Interesting. Oh, Massa is really just on my tail right now. We have two big names at the back. Two championship contenders are 21st and 22nd. And we're coming up to a car, I think that's Alonso. We're about to lap him. I'm quite curious to see how the AI handles being lapped. The gap was 1.2 seconds, now it's 1.5 again. It constantly hovers just above 1 second and then 1.5 seconds. It has to be bigger, I'm being put a bit under pressure here. Nine laps completed. And I had the fastest level of 25.3, so we should be able to... Oh. I want to say we should have increased the gap to Massa by now, but I don't... He's still very close. Why are you being compared to Button? It's just so random. I still haven't gotten the gap from me and Massa. No retirements yet. 2 incidents. Yellow flag, just as I say that. What's happened? Oh, that's a... Oh! Huge crash! Holy shit, that's a Williams, I think. Oh my god, Kubica. The whole rear end of that Williams is gone. Oh, and Davidson, or whoever that was, just drove over the front wing. That is Rosberg out. Kubica makes a mistake under pressure. Goes off the track. And yeah, has nowhere to go. And Rosberg certainly has nowhere to go. What a shame. And then Davidson comes along. Yoinks his front wing off. We need to be careful when we get to that point. Well, we're not there yet. It's the first retirement of the race. And Massa's just gone faster. Christ. Rosberg got the race. Oh, you think? We've just completed 10 laps, by the way. We're on lap 11. So not lap 19. Remember, back in the day, they were counting down the laps, not up. So 19 laps to go. Just for make it easier. Debris should be gone. It is gone. The car has been cleared. Obviously there was no safety car back in the day. Well, in Grand Prix 4 that is. In the real race there were like 3 safety cars. Yeah, the car was ripped in half. First crash, and we have a huge one. Not the first time a race opener has had a big crash. Remember Gutierrez and Alonso. Speaking of Alonso, he's right in front of me. As Davidson and Kubica repair their front wings. And they are exiting the pits right now. And false lap 24.8. Amazing lap. But we have to be careful because there's a bunch of back marks in front of me. Gap to Massa is 1.4, which doesn't really calm me down too much. Alright, we have a roadblock ahead. Wait, one of the roadblocks. Okay, well, had to be done that way, not very comfortable, but I think Massa's having issues. No, he's fine. He's past Davidson. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, the mod community is quite big, so I wouldn't be surprised if there actually was one, but I haven't found one yet. We enter lap 13. Oh, that was a curb. I am going a few miles an hour slower than the rest of the AI. I think my car is more built for corners and straights. The gap to Massa has increased. Or I've missed that he went into the pits, but I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. He's still behind me. But by a bigger gap. 3 seconds now. Those back monkeys were in my favor. I'm gonna check if I've got enough fuel. I should be able to have that. But just checking for a good measure. 6 laps of fuel still left. Okay, so we could go on for another couple of laps if we want. Because this is lap 14. So we should have been on 4 liters left, or 4 laps of fuel left, and we have got 6. So we're driving quite conservatively, which is good. So I could extend my pit stop. But I don't know if the game will slow me down if I'm going, if I have to pit. We'll find out soon. This is Kubica, by the way. In a very competitive BMW, where he has to let me go now. Hopefully not here. Oh, corner cut. Okay, he's not planning on letting me by. I don't think I was programmed to do blue flags, if I'm honest. Thank you, pizza. We've passed him in turn 1, the same thing we did at the start of the race, but in completely different circumstances this time. Kubica was massively under pressure. I don't know if he had a problem, but he was nowhere near the top 3 spot anymore. I actually haven't seen any AIs going into the pits. I hope they do, because otherwise, oh, Massa's just suddenly taking huge chunks out of my time. Oh! Will the game slow me down automatically because it knows I have to pit on lap 15? Or will it let me go? Because I have enough fuel. Oh, Mess is right behind me. He doesn't slow me down, okay. He's going into the pits, okay, the AI are pitting. Yeah, we have fuel enough. Okay. I'm using about 0.9 per lap. I'm pressing enter, so it knows I'm going to pit. But the crew knows I'm going in this lap. Should have gone in this lap actually. But let's see if that one lap actually makes a difference. The fact that I'm still on old tires might make a difference. But our engineers just confirmed it. Heidfelder's now behind me. I'm actually kind of scared that Massa will come out in front of me. And with his pace, it's going to be difficult to catch him back up and pass him. But that will be after the pit stops. Right now, it's crucial we don't fuck up the pit stop. Baker has let me know that they're ready, so they better be ready. And Kajima's in the pits, okay. Oh fuck! 6.7. Where is Massa? We're still in the lead. Oh, oh shit! We've just rejoined in front of him. I accidentally went went to a different driver. That was kind of scary, but he's right on my tail with obviously warmer tires. This will be a fight to the end with 13 laps to go. And we're quite equal on pace. Oh, yellow flags. Once again. Where is the question and who? It's quite a long one, so I think it's a crash. Huge bump again. I should get rid of that curb. Oh, here is again this corner. I don't see anything. Okay, so oh, that is Fisichella. Oh, transmission and suspension failure. Suspension. Both at the same time. Transmission and a suspension failure. So that's the reason for his retirement, and then he...
Try and get back.
Try and get back. Rams himself into the wall. I don't think he wanted to come back. But it was such a long yellow, I thought it was going to be more than that, but it wasn't. Alright then. That was that. I'm gonna try and drive some qualifying laps so I at least increase the gap by something. Raikkonen is 9th, Trulli has dropped to 10th. We have 2 retirements in Fisichella and Rosberg. I'm not gonna count Fisichella's time as a crash, well, not for obvious reasons, but don't want to count this crash as one either. Kovalainen hasn't stopped yet, that's interesting. He might be on a non-stop, which in, well, 50% race is practically a one stop compared to a 2-stop that I would have probably done. But forget it that I'm doing a 100% race with a controller. Actually, I've never actually done a full 100% race ever. Apart from online a few times. That is exhausting, I'll tell you. And very time consuming. Okay, the gap is above 1 second still. I have to say, Massa really decreased the gap before he went into the pits. He suddenly was behind me after the gap was like 3 seconds. I don't know where he did that. I did make a few mistakes, but damn. Okay, please let me go. I don't think he is. Thank you. Alonso pits for a second time because, well, he pitted for an unscheduled pit stop at the start of the race when he knocked his front wing off. We're entering lap 22, 7 laps to go. No, 8 laps to go. Huh? Oh yeah. Wait, no. Oh, makes sense. We've completed 20 in 1 lap, sorry. Stupid. Maybe I shouldn't talk. Nessa and I are really just on par with each other. Oh, yellow flag again. And it's a long one, so could be a spin. Or another crash. I think it's happened at the same corner, I wouldn't be surprised. No, it's not happened here, okay. Davidson is out the race. I think that's engine related, to be honest. Oh shit. Where is Davidson? Oh, there he goes. Suspension and transmission problem as well. I don't know why they go hand in hand, but he retires in turn 1.
Try and get back.
Interesting, okay. Okay, we're increasing the gap to Massa. Just have to do this 6 more times after this. Yeah, physical had the same issue. Transmission and suspension, so I don't know why they go at the same time. Maybe the one has to do with the other. Yeah, pistols went all fine. I only pressed enter when I needed to, so that was the issue. Still, pressing it again would have had to have cancelled it, but well, it's a problem for another day, a problem I won't have, hopefully have soon again. So now we just enjoy this race, which is only 6 laps from the end, which went all perfectly fine. Also, I think if there was a driver of the day, it would be me or Massa or Raikkonen, but Raikkonen hasn't really gone into the points with a Ferrari. You can kind of expect that, if I'm honest. But Massa went from 6th to 3rd, then passed Kubica for 2nd, and then was on the hunt for me. It's not gotten close enough yet to actually get an attack in. He's always been behind by more than half a second. The only time he was really that close with half a second was with back markers, and then he himself had to pass one of them, which then caused a 3-second gap to emerge between us. He tried the undercut, didn't work. We only just came out in front of him after the pit stops, which almost went wrong. So I would have actually had to come out in front of him by a lot more than I did. Raikkonen hasn't stopped, that's why he's in 9th. Actually, I actually wanted to see the rest of them. I don't think Kovalainen stopped either. And like I said, a non-stop here is equivalent to a 1-stop in real life, and a 1-stop is a 2-stop. If you would look at that way. So, I'm only saying that because obviously you can't, you couldn't have done a non-stop in the race. You had to have changed tires and do 2 different compounds. Speaking of which, I've only driven the softs. I don't think there's a real difference or a big difference between the soft and the hards. Neither in the mod or in the original game. Also, pulling away quite nicely from Massa here. He had a good sequence of laps to catch me up, but he's lost that pace somewhat. Still very close, not gonna deny that. .1, yeah, we're increasing the gap now. I think it's over for Massa. Unless we make a huge mistake. How much fuel in the car? 6.7. Yeah, we'll make the end easily. So the fuel consumption is quite low here. I don't know if that's in general, would be nice, but at least then I don't have to worry about consuming more than I used to in Grand Prix 2. In Grand Prix 2 it was like 1.1 or 1.2 laps of fuel per lap. And the yellow flag once again with 3 laps to go. And it's at the same corner again, and it's another physical. It's another Force India. This time it's Sutil. I'd like to think he had an issue as well without crashing. Whoa, he's up. Okay. Fuck. Transmission issue. Why do I have such an issue? A problem with trying to say that word. Transmission. Yeah, transmission issue again for the Force India team, and then he decides to fuck this shit, head into the wall. That's about it. That's yeah, more damage than needed, but oh well. A shame, I actually quite like Sutil. Oh, I'm having it was a slight case of steering assist. Massa's really close all of a sudden. I think he backed off to, I don't know, get out of my dirty air. He's back for more with 2 laps to go. Yeah, I know it puts extra laps of fuel. But in Grand Prix 2 I always had an issue of, even if I put more in, I always had to put even more, because I was consuming more than, normal. So 4 retirements. It's less than in real life. In real life, more than half the grid retired. I think only 7 car finished. And the gap is now only just about above a second. One lap to go in this Australian Grand Prix. We're leading by only a second. Our teammate is third, which is amazing. I think this is Kubica again. Hopefully he doesn't play a part in the result of this race. I mean, Kimi didn't do too amazing in the season either, so I understand. But he wasn't shit or anything. Marshals are already lining up on the side of the track to congratulate us on winning the Australian Grand Prix, and with that, first race of the season. Which is going on for another lap. I didn't manage to lap him for a second time, I'm not sure, but there we have it. Thank you. Not too exciting. Would have been exciting if we actually had a battle with Massa, but he never came close. Now we just head back into the pits. Nothing else really to mention about this race other than there were a few crashes, but there was only one crash that truly made a car retire. And that was the crash with Rosberg and Kubica. I wonder when we'll actually go to the results screen. I do remember that this game had a longer time in between, you know, finishing the race and seeing the results. But, oh well. Oh, okay, there we go. 1! Yay! Exactly, that's the screen. In 40 HP. 40 HP? 40p. I think everyone already finished, but well. Oh wait, no, they didn't. Kubica was still on the lap. And there we have it. We win in front of Massa, then Kovalainen and Heidfeld. Barrichello in 5th. That's a very welcome result for him. Then it's Coulthard in 6th, Bode in 7th, and Kimi Raikkonen in 8th. So Raikkonen managed to pass. Who exactly? Because he was running 9th the whole time. He passed Vettel only just by 6/10. He was in front of him at the end. So the top 8 all got points. So Raikkonen, despite starting so far back, actually managed to get a point here, as well as Coulthard and Barrichello. Disappointment for Kubica and Alonso, and those who were retired, obviously. Rosberg had a very good qualifying. Yeah, no, didn't really show in the results there, unfortunately, because of Kubica. Felipe Massa only 8 tenths behind. So I think Pro is actually the perfect AI level. Yeah, constructor race points, there we go. It's good for me to remember this, so I can put it in the standings. Yeah, no surprises there. Honda with a very good start. That's the one I didn't expect. Yeah, drive points is, you know. Why the fuck does that? Wait, Brew Burns? Brew Burns? I'm gonna change that. When the fuck? Brew Burns. Okay, hold on. Who the fuck approved of that? Excuse me? It's Brew Buns, right? Hold up. Brew Burns. The fuck? Who made this mod? I should have checked that. What the fuck? Okay, save. I don't even know what to save this to. I don't know what to save this to. DB names. I don't know where that's stored. Does anyone know? Because I don't. I'm gonna save it. Fuck it. You know what? Where I'll save it? I'll save it in season. Any other names spelled incorrectly? Who Burns? Okay then. But yeah, that was it for this Grand Prix. Very solid race. It's probably going to go like this for the rest of the season, but of course we can't check out the AI because there might be tracks that are very difficult. We'll see next time. So without further ado, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.